Hi guys, so we're going to start section 1.2 today, and it's the properties of real numbers. So you can see that there's vocabulary: real numbers, rational numbers, natural numbers, irrational numbers, whole numbers, natural numbers. And so we're going to talk about those today. What you need to know is that all of them are real numbers no matter what. Within the real numbers, we have two sets. That's rationals and reals. These are our two big sets of numbers, rationals and irrationals. And you don't have to write out those words. You can write Q and I. Z are integers, W means wholes, and is natural. All natural numbers are whole numbers. All of these numbers make up whole numbers. All of naturals, wholes, and integers, so all naturals, wholes make up integers, and then all three of these group make up your rationals. So if it is a natural number, then it's a whole number, an integer, and a rational. If it's just a whole number, which the only whole number that's not a natural number is 0, then it would be a whole, integer, rational. Then if it's just a negative number, then it is an integer and a rational number. So our rationals contain those percents, decimals, fractions. Our irrationals are our imperfect, non-repeating decimals, the type of decimals that go on and on and on forever and never repeat the same thing. Please notice that pi is in there. Pi is the biggest irrational number that we know of. And then integers, you guys, are your negative and positive numbers. Your whole numbers are your counting, and it includes 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Natural numbers include every number except decimals and fractions, and it doesn't include 0. So real numbers, a number can belong to more than one set group. That's what I just said. So remember that you can put natural, whole, integer, and rational. You'll never put rational and irrational together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at 4 examples. So what we're going to decide is where negative 185 belongs. So it's negative, so that means it starts with an integer because natural and whole numbers are positive. So it's an integer. So instead of writing the word integer, I'm going to write Z. And because it's an integer, it's automatically a Q, which is rational. And because it's a Q, it's also a real. So let's do that again. It's a negative number, so it starts automatically in the integers because wholes and naturals are your positive numbers. And because it's an integer, it automatically goes into your rationals, which makes it a real. Negative square root of 49. Well, it's a negative, and a lot of people think, well, 49 is a square root, so it's imperfect. Well, it's not, because the square root of 49 actually is negative 7. So where would you put negative 7? Negative 7 would be in your would be in your integers, also in your rationals, also in your reals. The square root of 95, when you take the square root of 95, you get a decimal like you did up here with the square root of 3. So this would be an I. And because this is a fraction, the negative doesn't matter. It's because it's a fraction. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. This is also a real. Anytime you put a subgroup, you always put real. And this one would be a Q and then real.